Question number one. All right, confidence intervals. Here we go. So with all that we just talked about in mind, let's see what they're saying. A news group is interested in constructing a 99% confidence interval for the proportion of all Americans who are in favor of a new green initiative. So it's just like voting, right? They're trying to figure out what percentage of Americans really are in favor of this new green initiative. Of the 530 randomly selected Americans, 442 were in favor of the initiative. And then down here it says, with 99% confidence, find that, I think they're missing a word here, find the proportion of all Americans who favor the new green initiative is between, oh, no, I guess they can say it that way. Anyway, so basically we want to form a 99% confidence interval. In other words, we want to know with 99% confidence what percentage of Americans are really in favor of the new green initiative. Any ideas how we could do this? They asked 530 people at random, were surveyed, and 442 were in favor of the initiative. What percentage is in favor of the initiative? Could we figure that out first off? What percentage of all Americans are in favor of the new green initiative?
Isn't that 442 over 530?
Beautiful. Exactly. That's all I'm looking for right now. Now, this is not really how we're going to solve this problem, but it's important conceptually. Yeah, so let me just divide that on my calculator real quick, see what I get here. I'm getting 0.83, well, I'll just round to 83. So 80, well, here I'll go 8339. So it looks like A, which is, that's 83.39%, right? So 83.39% so they asked 530 Americans. And 442 said they were in favor of the new green initiative, and that's 83%. So can we just say 83% of all Americans are in favor of the new green initiative? What, we can't. The answer is no. Why not? Why can we not just say, hey, answer is 83%? We just did a survey. We just did the dividing. There it is. Done deal. 83% of all Americans, that's the key right there, of all Americans are in favor of the new green initiative, right? Isn't that right? That's not right. What's wrong with that statement? What's wrong if I stand up and say, based on this statistical study, now we know that 83% of all Americans are in favor of this new green initiative? I'm wrong. I'm using statistics incorrectly. How so? What's wrong with that? Why is that not true? Do we really know that 83% of all Americans?
No, it's just 83% of the group.
Yeah, thank you, Natalia. Yeah, we just know that 83% of this group, this 530 people, that doesn't mean 83% of all Americans. Maybe this was at a special Green Party meeting or something, I mean, obviously that'd be dumb, but you get my idea. There's different groups out there. And maybe if you asked a group very much in favor of that, yeah, you're going to get almost all of them, but maybe that doesn't represent America well at all, or maybe it does. Maybe it's a wisely done poll. Maybe it's not. But my point is, either way, it's not for sure all Americans, right? So this is what I really want you guys to see. There's a difference between taking a small group, what we call a sample, versus thinking about the whole United States. Now they're connected, but they're not the same, right? You can't say 83% of the group means 83% of all Americans. No, not necessarily. Now that helps us guess what might be the truth for all Americans, but we can't say with 100% confidence, can we? We can't say, well, for sure, because 83% of this group of 530 are in favor. So for sure, 83% of all Americans are in favor. No, 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 no. No, but that does help us if this is a wisely done poll, scientifically done, stratified sampling. It does help us guess what might be the true percentage of all Americans who are in favor of the New Green Initiative. It might be about 83%, but we're not 100% confident. Well, how confident do we need to be? We want to be 99% confident. So do you understand what we're going to do? We're going to find an interval that we are 99% sure contains the real percentage of all Americans that are in favor of the New Green Initiative. How are we going to do it? We're going to use our calculator. So now it's time to use our calculator. So let me show you how to do that. You guys have the notes. Let me grab for you the exam notes. Here I'm on the exam 3 notes now, because now we're on to exam 3, which are somewhere here. Oh no, they're not. Here, sorry, just one second. I'm gonna have to grab them. Let me go back, and I'm going to have to, sorry, just one second. I forgot to grab my exam 3 notes for you. Let me grab those for you. There they are. All right. And I'm going to put them there for you. And then we can look at them. So it tells the steps there for us. So exam 3 through 4 notes. Here we go. All right. So now it's there. I'm going to go back to sharing my iPad screen, and we'll have them. All right, so here we go. Let me go back again. So now they will be there for us. There. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties here. So let me try again. Sorry. What in the world did it just do? Why is that too short? Okay, so, all right. I don't know what the problem is. There's some kind of thing going on that I'm not, some kind of technical thing I'm not aware of. I'll have to look at it later. I'm going to quit messing around. You guys have the exam notes available on the website. Yeah, maybe that's the best thing. I'm going to do that. Let me go back and get it the other way. Technology. This is the story of my life. They always update everything, and I don't always appreciate it. It kind of confuses me. So let me go out to our class, and I'll pick up the notes there. All right. So I'm going to grab the notes for you real quick. Real quick. I mean, I'm just moving today. All right. All right. I'm on our website. Okay. And so coming on down. So there it is, exam 3 notes. So you guys see it right there, right at the top, right? You got the exam 3 notes. There they are. I'm going to copy them. Here it is. So here's confidence intervals. That's all I wanted was that right there. All that for that. There we go. So here we go. Exam notes. There it is. All right, finally. All right, so there it is. So this is the exam 3 notes. I've written out for you everything, well, almost everything you need. For confidence intervals, for P or percentage, that's what we're doing. There's how you do it. It's the 1 prop Z interval, X bar, number asked for, N is total number. Okay, what am I talking about? Well, so you need to go to your calculator and you need to hit, here's what you're going to do on your TI. You write it down here specifically for you. You're going to hit the stat button. So hit stat, and I'll show it in a second as well. Hit stat, go all the way over twice to the tests. So go over twice to the test, and then you need to go way, way down to the, what is it called? 1 prop Z interval, not 1 prop Z test. Careful, you'll see that first. You want 1 prop Z interval. That's the one you want. Hit enter when you get to 1 prop Z interval. Don't do 1 prop Z test, do 1 prop Z interval, which is further down. And then it'll ask you for X, it'll ask you for N, and it'll ask you for the confidence level. It'll call it C level. So then what you do is the X is going to be the 442 and the N is going to be the 530, right? So this is the number in favor of whatever you're doing. In this case, it was the 442. We're in favor, and the 530 is the total number. And then the confidence level, put in 0.99 because we're doing a 99% confidence interval. And then just hit enter on the calculate thing. And so there's the buttons you press. I'll do it right now as well. And it'll.
Mr. Herrick,
An interval question?
I have the TI 84 plus, and there's a, I don't know, I think I'm in the right spot, but it's asking for P and like it looks like a sub-zero.
Oh no, you went to the test on accident. You went, when it's asked, that's the test. You went to the Z interval, not Z test.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you should get, and in parentheses, you should see 0.79233 and 0.8756.
Can you show us on your calculator?
I will. Yeah, I will. I just want to leave this on the screen for just a second in case anybody wants to take a picture or write it down, and then I'll switch to showing it on mine. Yes. All right. Okay, I'll switch now. And let's show it here. Let me get the calculator up. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go to stats. Let me show the key press history here so you can see it all. Press stat, and then go over to tests. See tests there. Go over to tests, and then go down. So not here. See, this is 1 prop Z test. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want 1 prop Z interval because we're doing a confidence interval. We're going to do these tests in a week or two. Well, probably 2 weeks. But for now, so down, go down where the intervals start, but go all the way down to that one. See how that one's 1 prop Z interval. That's the one you want. Hit enter. And there it is. X in C level calculate. So the X, what was that? 442 for my example anyway, 442. Go down. And what, 530? 530. Move this out of the way. 530. And go down and 0.99. So I got 0.99 like that. And then go down to calculate and then just hit enter. See how I have that enter? 442, 530, because 442 out of 530 people were in favor. I want a 99% confidence interval. Hit enter. And there it is. That's the numbers I just told you. See that parenthesis there? Oh, and see what the little p hat thing is? That's the number that we said Remember we said 83%, 83.39. See how it's calculating that for us? But we don't need that right now. We just need the 0.79233, the 0.8756. Those are the two numbers we need. Those are our answers. That is the confidence interval. We are 99% confident that the real interval of the real percentage of all Americans who are in favor of the New Green Initiative is somewhere between 79 and 87%. That's what we're saying. Let's go back to my iPad. And so there we go. Are we all seeing that? We're able to give that answer. We're saying somewhere between 79 and 8. We're 99% sure, 99% confident that the proportion of all Americans who are in favor, based on this sample of 530 people where 83% of that group were in favor, we're 99% sure that for all of America, the real percentage in favor is somewhere between 79 and 87% of all. But see how 83 is right in the middle of that? See how that's basically 83, add 4, subtract 4? See how that's 83, add 4, and subtract 4. In other words, that's 83% with a 4% error margin. 83 is in the middle because 83% was our sample. And if you add 4% to that, it gets to 87. And if you take 83 and subtract 4%, it's 79. So that's basically our confidence interval is 83% give or take an error margin of 4%. Add 4% or subtract 4%. That's what that is saying. So we're 99%, we're not 100%, but we're pretty sure that the real percentage of all Americans, based on the little sample we did, is somewhere between 79 and 87%. When the truth is known for all of America, we are 99% sure that it'll be somewhere between 79 and 87. Questions on that? I'm going to do part B with you. Questions on part A?
Do we round it?
Yeah, they want you can, I think you could just put in all those digits and it's fine. Or you could round it to 4 places also. I think it's good. If you put in more, it's always okay, I think. Maybe not. It might be picky. Maybe it does want you to round. Yeah, maybe I should round just to be safe. Yeah, round it to 4. Yeah, because it did say round, didn't it? You're right. To 4 decimal places. So yeah, I should do that. Thank you. All right, I'll move on to part B, but feel free to call me back to part A if you had more to say on part A. Part B will be super easy. Part B says, if many groups of 530 randomly selected Americans were surveyed, then a different confidence interval will be produced from each group. About what percent of these confidence intervals will contain the true population proportion of Americans who favor the Green Initiative? Huh? You might read all those words and go, what in the world did it ask? Well, here's what they're asking. They're getting at the idea about your understanding of what a confidence interval really is. What do I mean? Well, remember this 99% confidence interval? What does that mean? When we say this is a 99% confidence interval, we mean we are 99% confident that the real proportion of all Americans is somewhere inside our interval. Like when you guys were guessing at my number, and you were more sure when you had a wider interval, right? We talked about that. So that's what this is mean. That's what a confidence interval means. It means how sure you are that you're capturing the real value, the real average of all Americans, the real percentage, I should say, of all Americans in favor of the New Green Initiative. So then what does that have to do with this question? About what percent of the confidence intervals will really have the true answer? Well, 99. Because that's what it means, that this is a 99% confidence interval. That means 99% of the time, when you do your confidence interval, you're going to capture the number. Right? Does that make sense? 99% of the time, when you do this, you're going to capture the number. 99% of the time, you're going to capture the number. And what percentage will not contain? What percentage of the time will you miss? Right? Not contain.
1%.
1%, right? That's like the rain, not rain, right? If there's a 99% chance of rain today, then there's a 1% chance it will not rain, right? If there's a 99% chance that you're going to capture the real percentage in your confidence interval, then there's a 1% chance you won't. And we're done with that question. Does that make sense?